My name's Nicole Schmitz and I'll be here to help you achieve self-growth, development, and of course, self-love. Through my background in psychology and my love for holistic wellness, I'll be sharing some extremely powerful tips and tricks that will enhance your productivity, happiness, achieve your goals, all on the journey to become the best version of you. Like my content and want to see more? Then please hit the like and subscribe button below and keep watching. Procrastination. We've all been there, and I am just as guilty as any of you. But why do you think we actually do it? On the surface of it, it might appear to be a simple avoidance of the task at hand. You might dismiss it as you being lazy or you just not being motivated enough. Procrastination can be defined as the delaying or postponing of an important act. But what it really is self-sabotage. And I think what it really comes down to is the fear of failure and the fear of success. The fear of failure. Now, this is a pretty common one, so I think most of you will usually be free to admit that you feel this. You know, you're deathly afraid of the failure, the humiliation, feeling low. You probably think you're gonna suck at it, so you avoid doing it altogether to avoid that inevitable failure. Basically, you're trying to save yourself from the embarrassment and the heartache. Fear of success. Now, this one's a little bit harder to pinpoint as you do need to delve a little bit deeper to identify it. Do you ever have those feelings where you don't deserve the wild success and happiness in your life? That you feel unworthy? This may be accompanied by feelings of fear about how you will handle your newfound success and what people will think about you once you were to succeed. Will they hate you? Will they be jealous? What is the responsibility that comes with all of this? This comes down to a lack of self-love. If you loved yourself and valued yourself in the way that you should, you would realize that you totally deserve success and happiness. And once you are able to achieve it, you would know what to do. I honestly believe that a lack of self-love is one of the biggest undiagnosed problems in the world these days and can lead to mindless, directionless behaviors such as procrastination. So it can either be from a fear of failure or a fear of success or both simultaneously. Funny, right? To have a simultaneous fear of failure and a fear of success, but it is possible and it does happen quite often. As I've said, I've felt this myself many a times. A fear of failure, a very subconscious fear of success, unworthiness, lack of self-love, which has all led to plenty of procrastination. And it most definitely still happens. So what can you do about it? Let's talk about fear of failure. First of all, you've got to put things into perspective. The human mind is the most amazing thing, but it's that amazing that it can convince us of any truth we want to believe. And unfortunately, that means we tend to catastrophize and get bogged down in our worst fears and worst case scenario situations. Often we spend most of our time envisioning failure before it's even happened. When we envision failure, we tend to focus on how it manifests, what we would go through, or how it would make us feel. Such as embarrassment or humiliation, which is the external or social aspect of the fear of failure. Look, I hate to break it to you, but this is your ego talking, and it ain't gonna help you in these situations. I know it can be super hard to do sometimes, but is it really worth caring about what others think of you? Are they going to create your best life for you? Are you really going to stop yourself from living out your best potential out of fear of their judgment? And do you think they're really losing sleep at night over whether or not you fail or succeed? Look, there may be a few of those psycho stalker people out there who have nothing else better to do than to obsess over whether or not you fail or succeed. But is it really worth caring about them either? Then you'll be just as bad as them. Moral of the story, stay in your own lane and focus on what really matters, like giving your hopes and dreams the best chance possible. Another way in which the fear of failure can manifest is through feelings of inadequacy, which is the internal aspect of the fear of failure. But again, does this really help you? Often, you can be your own worst enemy. And your thoughts are extremely powerful, so you need to be careful with what you say to yourself. Are you really inadequate with this task? How do you know? Have you really tried? At the end of the day, something drew you to the task at hand, so in the very least, there's genuine interest there, which is the foundational ingredient for success. Chances are, if you look down deep enough, you'll probably find that part of you that does believe you can do this, otherwise you wouldn't be considering it in the first place. Break away from feelings of failure and inadequacy and put things into a more broader, forgiving, and practical perspective. Long story short, don't spend time envisioning your failure. It's just counterproductive. You can't admit defeat or failure before it's even happened. And you need to be in the right kind of mindset to give yourself the best chance at succeeding. You know what they say about the law of attraction, right? What you think, you attract and manifest. Rather than tell yourself you are inadequate, just reframe it as you may simply not be compatible with that particular task, and that there are better ones that exist out there for you, just waiting to be discovered. And take failure as a learning experience that only puts you in a better position for the next task that comes your way. Look, chances are you are going to fail, and that's perfectly normal. In fact, you should be prepared for that to happen. It's a necessary part of the pathway to success. Nobody gets it right the first time. And at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason and at the perfect timing for you. You might think that this is the be all and end all, that this is your only chance at life, your only make or break. But it isn't. The truth is there's always going to be that next task, that next dream, or another way to attain your dream that's only going to continue to evolve as you grow and evolve as a person. And newsflash, it's not the end of the world goes on. Goal setting. Set 3 tasks for the day, 3 for the week, and 3 for the month. They say the human mind loves things in threes and doesn't make us feel too overwhelmed. So this should stop us from feeling like it's a daunting, huge task and make it feel totally achievable. And finally, bite the bullet and just get started. I know that sometimes this can be the hardest part. It definitely is for me, because I know I like to get things as close to perfect as possible before I get into it. But once I get into a natural rhythm, it becomes natural and seamless. But sometimes you just gotta get in there and give it a go. So what can you do about the fear of success, which is actually the feeling of being unworthy of success? Well, it's simple. You gotta give yourself a little self-love. We all deserve love, success, and happiness. We are all born the same. This is the most critical lesson of all, as without first believing that your success and happiness is possible, it can't happen at all. I know that it might be hard to even realize that you have a fear of success in the first place, as you might think that you're all good, you're feeling worthy of success and happiness, but when it comes down to it, you encounter certain roadblocks. Ever notice yourself procrastinating, self-sabotaging, or never really making any real progress for weeks on end? Are they accompanied with thoughts and fears such as your friends getting jealous of you? Or that you'll have to financially support your family if you were to succeed? Or that people in general will just think you're stuck up or a bad person for getting ahead in life? These could be signs and symptoms of an underlying feeling of unworthiness of success, which stems from a lack of self-love. Which isn't the fear of failure, it's actually the fear of success. I know personally, and weirdly enough, that one of my fears of success is the what next. What will I do with myself then? What will I aspire to? Which is totally irrational, I know, and I have plenty of dreams and aspirations to last me a lifetime. But I guess it's a combination of the fear of failure and the fear of success, in that when I start something new and I'm succeeding at it, I'm already prematuring the next failure and how I should go about avoiding that. So I'd like to stay in the current project as long as possible and to bask in that glory and not really move on. But at the end of the day, you gotta keep pushing yourself and moving forward. It's essential for self-growth and success to become the best version of you on that journey towards self-love. So what can you do about your fears of success? Perspective. Write down your fears of success on a piece of paper and say it out loud to either yourself or a friend. How does it make you feel? Do you feel silly? Or do you feel validated and justified? This simple exercise can help you put things into perspective. Reframe. Replace negative self-talk with self-serving affirmations. Remember, you have to first believe it's possible in order for it to have a chance of happening at all. Practice self-kindness activities. Treating yourself nicely in one aspect of your life will translate into all the others. Try it. You may start to notice that you become more successful at the things you want to do in your life as you treat yourself kindly and you have those self-beliefs to start with. And don't forget, just do it. Managing procrastination is all about acknowledging your fears and where exactly they stem from, whether that be through a fear of failure, a fear of success, or a combination of the two, rooted in a lack of self-love and self-worth, and consciously moving away from that towards a more healthy and prosperous mindset. So next time you feel the procrastination itch, try to be more self-aware of the fact you are doing it and the likely reasons why. That it could very well be both a simultaneous fear of failure and a fear of success. And by simply taking a moment to put things into perspective, reframe your negative thoughts, and take practical behavioral changes, you can keep it under control. I really hope this video has helped you in some way. Now, if you're new or like my content and haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button below. I'll be uploading once a week a helpful and insightful new video aimed at helping you enhance your life. See you next time.